it again.
Here we go. So
we're trying it again. We had a little bit
in.
of a disconnect. It seems like everything is all right, and we have enough bars. So we'll see what's going on. Sorry for that. Yeah, if at first you don't succeed, you try again. Okay. Right. Okay.
Just join. Let me see. Hill City Church, LA.
Okay, let's see. Here we go.
Send requests.
Maybe this time we'll get through. I don't know what happened.
Oh yeah, we on now, I think.
Lord have mercy.
We cooking with hot grease now, ain't we? Come on now.
Oh my gosh.
What's up, Tommy, in the back seat, holding it down? What's up, little sis? Got my little sis back there.
We had to make sure we came out swaggy for you. You know,
y'all swagged out. I love the hat. I love the hat, Vicki.
I was getting ready to have a full hissy fit. But let's get started. We're so happy you're here. I always write something about folks, so I wrote something about you. Okay, you ready to hear it?
I'm ready.
All right. I can safely say that Deitrick Haddon is a pioneer, emerging from a crowded field of veterans like the Winans, the Clark sisters, Commission, Vanessa Bell Armstrong, and the late, great Thomas Whitfield. This Grammy and BET and Stellar Award nominee has managed to not only thrive, but rise above. Doing it his way.
That's right.
Also garnering praise as a TV and film star, Deitrick Haddon has managed to create and coin his very own unique style and sound. And we are happy to welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the great Deitrick Haddon.
Who is that? Who you talking about, Vicki? Is that me? You talking about me?
That's crazy. You.
All right, man. Crazy. How you doing, man? I see all those Stellas and all those awards in the background.
You see my little bit. You know what? First of all, let me say that's big coming from y'all. Y'all are the family. I look at y'all as the top, the cream of the crop. You guys are just great people in business, but just great human beings. And my time of getting to know you guys, I love you guys. I love talking business with Claude. I just love it. He's just incredible. And then Shami, she want to dress you. She want to make sure you're looking good. And just great.
Yeah, when you leave us, you're correct.
Y'all just incredible people.
So much. I mean, we've spent really good quality time together. I mean, you were in the studios that we had for a while there, and we got to know each other real well. But when did we first meet? I'm like, it's just like Deitrick's been there. I don't
know. I think I came into gospel, the record label back in the day. What was the label? I came one time, but y'all didn't know who I was.
Gospel Centric. We knew you before Gospel Centric. We knew you before Gospel Centric. When he was with Ty Scott and he was wearing all those jumping clothes and all those. I was like, who in the world is this? He's changing the game. Yeah. We better get on it quick.
Yeah.
Come on now, come on.
And then we said he looked like you look like one of my dad's nephews.
Yeah.
Right. So it was just like, oh, he's family. Like we don't know like one of my nephews. You from the same tribe. You a Latayat and you don't even know it.
We connected.
Well, we don't. Yeah, that's Detroit. You know, so that Detroit puts
a look
on you.
Come on. But it was something. I like what you're saying. It was a lot of artists when I was coming up. You talked about Vanessa Bell Armstrong, Thomas Whitfield, the Winans, Clark sisters, Commission. And we all went to the same high school, believe it or not. I mean, they're older than me, but we Mumford High School.
But you went to Mumford?
I went to Mumford. And so the Clarks, Fred, BB, CC, everybody, Lisa Page Brooks, all of them, they all went to that school.
Oh, there was something in the water over there. There was something y'all were drinking.
Big time. And I just felt like my initial mindset was like, you got a gift. You got to represent. You can't drop the ball. The ball is in your court. Like, you got to slam dunk it, because these are the people that have gone
they
before
passed
you.
it on.
Yeah. So for me, it was like, you better do something. You better
what
be
you did,
experimental.
Deitrick, was, see, one of the problems I have with some of the music that's coming out today, not all of it, is, but everybody's sounding the same.
Right.
How did you not do that? What,
You know,
because your sound is totally yours.
It's you.
You know, I think it's as simple as not doing it. Like, when everybody's going right, you go left. When everybody is going left, you go right. You stay true to the gift that God has given you. See, because when you follow trends, when that trend is over, you're done.
That's true.
But if you follow,
but you know, that's so true, because God made us unique anyway. So if you just do what you do, you're gonna be unique.
Hands down, that's it. And every gift that God has given us is timeless. Everything, there's no limit on the gift that God has given all of us.
You know, that's so true.
Period.
No, that's true. But you know, I'm thinking it not only did it run in the water at your high school, but it also is in your family. Because I love the blue girl, Miss Clarita. You know, she's my heart, and she's unique. Your mother's fabulous.
None of y'all are the same.
And then Gerald.
With his crazy self. With his crazy self.
Well, somebody take that bullhorn away from me.
Yeah. Who, you guys, this is just so you know, if you go on Instagram, or Facebook, you don't want to just see Deitrick. You need to see his brother.
You got to see Gerald. It's crazy. Somebody asked me, they said, Deitrick, you got that piano back there. Go play us a song. I said, you know what? That's not really my strength. I can play my songs, but it won't sound amazing like my brother Gerald. I said, my brother Gerald, that's his gift. He knows how to play it. My brother David, he's played the drums spectacular. He's been on tour with Rihanna. I never met
your brother David.
You never met David?
I never met him. Whoa, slow down. So how many
of there are you?
A lot of us. We're everywhere. Haddon's everywhere. But
I never met your brothers.
Listen, the Roaches could sing and play an instrument back when we were coming up. Everybody. And my dad made us find our niche and stick with it. So let me tell you. Let me tell you a true story. Quick true story. When we were younger, they wanted me and Gerald to sing a song, the old James Cleveland song. I don't feel no waste time. That
Look
song,
at him
right?
just playing, sounding like that.
Yeah.
So watch this. So we're singing, and I'm singing, and when I look up, I'm walking down the aisle, and the crowd going crazy. Sing, Diddy, sing. And I look back, and Gerald way back there in the back. I said, come on up here, Gerald. He said, oh, no,
that's you.
So it was that moment where you realize, like, this is where I'm supposed to be. I got to have a microphone because I know how to connect with an audience. I know. Gerald, he is an extraordinary musician and producer, songwriter, and that's his strength. Now, I'm not saying he can't get up and sing. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, because he sings with his wife, and he was in our group at Gospel Centric, the Soul Seekers.
Absolutely. But we find the strength, our strength, you know, and you had to when you're in such a gifted family. When Clarita can sing, this person can do this, that person can do. So you had to be confident in what you could do, you know, and so that helped me out. So now when I'm around gifted, talented people, it doesn't bother me. I never get jealous of anybody, never intimidated by nobody's gift. Because
that's the key point.
Yes, never intimidated. I've never had a jealous bone in my body for any other artist, you know, because I believe that's your gift. As a matter of fact, it inspires me to want to say, I got to come with it next time. Like, I got to,
come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I got to write my song.
You can be calm in your gift because nobody sounds even close to Deitrick Haddon. And through the years that you've been around, they can't emulate you. And I mean, that shows how special the gift really is.
Wow, that's big.
You started as a minister of music at what age in your church? 13. Yes,
see, there you go.
But you know, that's the perks of being a PK, the pastor's kid.
Because
y'all don't listen to my son. He's gonna be your minister of music. They're like, what? Yes, he's in charge.
Right. But I mean, some people really feel bad about being a PK and just talk about these hard lives. How was it for you as a PK?
It went south, but by the grace of God, I stayed on track. Some of my brothers and sisters
came back.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. You gotta be saved before you really saved. You gotta know Jesus before you really know him. I mean, there's really no room for error, when you're growing up, because you got to be the perfect model of what the Christian young kid should be. So
and that's pressure. Possible.
It's impossible.
It's totally not possible.
No, not possible. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
I'm gonna tell you something. Claude, listen to this. I promise you. I set out to be like the perfect image of a gospel singer. I said, I'm going to get married early. I'm going to do everything right. When I go out here, I'm going to be the best guy ever. And when I tried it, I failed miserably.
Well, the truth of the matter is, haven't we all? I mean, that's the thing some people forget or want to pretend that they haven't fallen.
Big time.
Or not come short.
But it's a little bit more when there's so much expectation and people are looking at you and you're living under that versus me. I'm in the corner. I'm failing. Nobody cares.
Right.
But me and the Lord. But when you're in the spotlight, that's very difficult. Very difficult.
But you learn a lot from your failures. You learn more from your failures than your victories.
Well, amen on that.
Because you learn a whole lot about what's really
inside.
And then to stay saved through it all, it's not easy. And I think sometimes we portrayed as Christians, especially gospel artists and other people that are out there, we've portrayed ourselves as so perfect.
Yeah.
And it ain't real.
It ain't real.
It ain't real.
Speaking of which, now I'm gonna get a little controversial here.
Come on, bring
it. You were a pastor and stuff with Paula White, who is the so-called prophet. I'm not gonna say she's not, but who was spiritual advisor for Trump, and was summoning angels from Africa and angels from South America. Now, Deitrick,
they came.
Yeah, they came all right. Not what you thought. But I want to know what did you do with Paula White in that ministry, and how do you feel about all this stuff now?
Well, when I was there, I was the youth pastor for about a year or two. Then I became the associate pastor. So I was there like all of maybe 4 or 5 years. And while I was there, she was awesome. When she was connected with Pastor Randy, beautiful person. I was able to do ministry with her. I love her and Pastor Randy. When they separated, things changed. Like, I hadn't seen her in a while. I hadn't really been in contact with her. I've been in my world. She's in her world. She married a guy, and then she became spiritual advisor to Trump. So I don't know what occurred since the time we were together and we were fellowshipping and between and then. But what I can say is, I'm the type of friend that will tell you the truth. Like, I feel like a real friend will give you an honest perspective of what's going on. And if she still had me in her life, I would have been the one friend who said, hey, that's not it. You're missing a whole generation, a whole slew of people that are crying out for help. You can't do that. That's what I would have told her. But when you don't have genuine people that you listen to around you. I ain't talking about the yes people. I'm talking about the folks that say, no, you need to think twice about that one. You know what I'm saying? You need people like that around you, even people like Pastor Paula. So it infuriated me when I first seen it, because she knows her church was full of black people. When I was
that's why it kind of hurt me.
Me too. I was like, what is this? No, I can see it from some other preacher, but not her. The reason why she's where she is because we pushed her. We said, Pastor Paula.
She was going to predominantly black churches,
Bishop Jakes put her on stage. If it wasn't for Bishop Jakes giving her the platform, nobody would know who she is. She would be some preacher up the way. God used our people to support what she's doing. And I feel like it's a slap in the face to us that have supported her books, her conferences, her ministry, for her to take that stance with Trump. But I mean, that teaches you that some people will sell out for a relationship, a position, and money versus their people, the mission, the assignment. That's what we're seeing. And I would tell Pastor Paula that to this day in love. I'll find a way to communicate to her and say, that's wrong, but she didn't call me. She called everybody else. But she didn't call me.
Well, pardon me, you're a pastor.
Right.
Excuse me, as well. So
yeah,
I need some water. Where's your church and how does it go being a pastor and the
listen, I
and
want y'all to come.
During COVID.
I want y'all to come to my church. When all this clear up, it'll be an honor to have y'all come.
Yeah, when it clear, because I ain't going to my church.
You go to don't y'all go to Faithful?
We go to Faithful.
Y'all haven't had services?
No, we don't do services, and everything is digital. We're moving towards what's called a digital campus.
So I mean, how do you feel about all that? Are you guys having services and?
Yeah. We're not having physical services. We're having virtual services also.
Oh yeah, virtual. That's what we're doing.
But our church has grown immensely, quadrupled.
Isn't that something?
Big time.
Isn't that something?
So
the pandemic was a blessing to my church.
It blew up.
Blew up.
Yes.
I figured when we have church on Easter Sunday, we ain't gonna have no space for nobody. It's people that have joined us.
So the virtual church just made it grow more.
That's where people are.
Wow. That's
where people are. I mean, a lot of these churches didn't really think it was important to build your online ministry.
Yes.
And so this situation forced a lot of the churches is way back in the boonies on an antiquated system to upgrade their system and pay attention to where everybody is. That's where all the young people are. That's where everybody are. They're now online, scrolling all day. That's what they do. So you have to be there if you're going to win this generation. So it's a beautiful thing for us. I'm good.
Wow. Excellent. Do you find that you're not only reaching people locally, but regionally and sometimes nationally and maybe globally? And
listen, Claude, we have partners from all over the globe, literally, that have partnered with our church since we've been in this pandemic. They pay their tithes faithfully. They give offerings faithfully. And they're locked into all of my Bible studies. And then my Sunday services at 11. And my midweek service, I had Bible study on forgiveness yesterday. People are locked in. And it's been a blessing to us.
When are your Bible studies? What day are your Bible studies? I haven't seen it.
On Thursdays at 7:30. Last night.
Okay, y'all got that. We got to meet up on Thursdays at 7:30.
Is it on your website? Are you on Instagram? Are you on Clubhouse?
We're
on everybody on Clubhouse now, right? Clubhouse.
Child, that's a thing, that Clubhouse. Deitrick, one day, be careful with this. That thing will slide around on you. I went to sleep with my phone on. When I woke up, I was in some freaky deaky site.
Oh, no! I was in a freaky room. And I said, they gonna screenshot and Vicki back.
Yeah, and I said, and that's what she said. They're gonna, Mom, be careful, they'll screenshot you in this freaky deaky site. I was praying, oh Lord, please.
Oh, we don't need that. We don't need that.
So be careful when you're sliding. And don't go to sleep on it, because that thing moves around.
You was in there for a long time too.
Because I fell asleep.
You better hope you wasn't snoring on the live on that Clubhouse.
Child, I don't know what they were doing, but I got out of there so fast.
Mute your mic. Mute that mic.
Right.
Oh my gosh! I mean, so watch that one.
I think I wore myself out in the beginning with Clubhouse. I'm like over it already.
Okay.
I'm like, I got things to do.
You can get
people stay on there. They stay on there forever.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't do it no more. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a lot. Well, yesterday we all waited for Trump to take office. That's something else the prophets said was going to happen.
False prophets. False prophets.
I mean, what do we do with this? It's just horrible.
What do we do, Deitrick?
Stop funding them. Stop supporting them. Stop paying them any attention. If they give you a false word, disregard it.
Yeah, that's what the Bible says.
Prophecy, right? A false prophecy only works if you give it attention, if you listen to it.
Right.
If other than that, it's something false somebody said, just let it go. But I don't pay no attention to no. And a lot of the people need to get out of their churches.
That that's the thing is that
they do. They do.
I'm gonna tell you, the people we were. I don't know if you're probably not gonna talk about that other article right now. You're gonna talk about.
I was gonna talk about the article because I mean we're into it because of your song. I listened to that song, "Sick World."
Come on.
Oh my gosh! You guys get on YouTube, go buy it, go stream it, do whatever you have to do. Everything we're talking about right now, Deitrick addresses in this song.
Yeah,
he's always been current and on top of it. And this Sick World, I don't know if you read it, but this whole thing about canceling Lecrae, did you see it? I'm gonna read it to you.
Yeah, I seen it.
You saw it.
Well, so I'll read it for the people, a little bit of it. Is that okay?
Well, but basically, just summarize.
Okay, well, we'll summarize. A pastor that has a, what is he called?
No, not a pastor. This guy who wrote the MAGA Doctrine, the book, was teaching. He's teaching now at a church here in Chino, Calvary Chapel in Chino, and he's talking about that people should not support Lecrae because Lecrae supported Raphael Warnock, who is a pro-life pastor. So that's the issue. Just in other words, the litmus test is somebody is no good, because they're not opposed to abortion.
And also if they're not a part of your policy, don't support their ministry and don't have them in your church. What do you think about all that?
You guys are breaking up just a little bit, but I think I caught the end of this question. Can y'all hear me? But I can hear you, but you're breaking up a little bit. Okay, sounds good. It was clear. It was great. And then all of a sudden it started tripping on us. But I'm hanging out with my family. Can y'all hear me? You know what I think?
Oh, yeah,
you know what I think? As it pertains, I can hear you well, Vicki. I can hear you. You know what I think about that? I think it's hypocrisy. They're trying to cancel Lecrae for standing up for what he believes. Yet he's given so much to that community. And I know he's been the token guy that they've to let through. But they're the same people that's trying to cancel everything. They try to cancel the election. It's the same people.
Thank you.
They're trying to cancel, they are cancel culture. But if I was Lecrae, I would disregard them. I would stand on what I believe, and I would move forward in what I believe and keep making great music because people love him for his music and not for his politics. And see, that's what a lot of us artists, we can't get confused. People love us for what we do musically. They don't people start supporting Lecrae because his beats are so hard, his raps are so great. He's just a great artist. I think it's just keep voicing your opinion about your politics, but don't let keep making great music and disregard that. Anybody that don't want to subscribe to you because you're standing up for what's right, y'all hear me? Yeah.
Can you hear us and see us?
Right.
I can hear you.
Yep.
Us? I see you.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's frightening to think it's kind of like
Yes.
a Nazi movement or something where people are going to just stand against artists and our own brothers and sisters and say, do not support them.
Listen, first of all, because for what they believe in politics or what they're standing on, that's ignorant. And you're not going to have that kind of control over me. And anybody that allows anybody to have that kind of control over you, when you tell people that you can't support this person because they don't believe what you believe, you're running a cult. That's what it is.
You know what? I feel the same way, that some of this is cultism. It's witchcraft, as Bishop T.D. Jakes says. It's
people. You have to think a certain way. You have to
think
the way I think, or something is wrong with you. And then the other big piece is that, why do you have somebody coming preaching the MAGA doctrine? You should be talking. You should be
what
preaching
is that?
The gospel. You should be preaching the gospel at the church. So it's
the MAGA doctrine. Who's going to be taught that, the MAGA doctrine? That's foolery. That's foolishness.
That's what I'm saying. But that's how where things have gone through. I believe, with the church, people are making it more political than about Christ and what He's called us to be people.
Listen. I would stand on the Word of God and don't get caught up in all those different doctrines and all that people going crazy. It's the same doctrine that had them people climbing up the walls at the Capitol with the insurrection. Ain't no different. The leader of that cult told them, y'all go and take the Capitol. And those people went and did all that craziness, and people lost their lives. People died because of that. And he's up somewhere in his penthouse in Florida while they're dealing with charges for following his instructions. People died because they were following his instructions. So I wouldn't listen to nothing he had to say ever again. Ever again.
Yes. I'm going to ask everybody again, Deitrick, I do not know why we're just having a difficult time of disconnection. That hasn't happened to us in a while. So we're going to keep driving around, I think, and seeing what we can do, because we're missing quite a bit.
It's cool. I'm hanging out with you. Let me know.
So we'll just keep hanging. There's something else that people don't know about. Well, people do know about you, and that is your television career and your film career. And you were even on Good Morning America yesterday. We saw that.
Did y'all see it? Yay!
Yeah, it
was
so great.
I was able to sing Sick World live there on Good Morning America 3. And the people loved it. We're getting calls from all over, and people are downloading the song Sick World because of that opportunity. And I can't wait to do things like that again. They're calling me. They're loving that song. So I need everybody to download that song Sick World today. Download it today.
I mean, it really is an incredible song. And why don't you, before we go into that, I want to know, because you started this early also, your film and television career, you started that way before most faith-based people, especially in the urban community, did. Why is that? Tell me how you got that going.
I don't know why people think gospel artists are just one-dimensional people, like we have no other aspirations outside of making a song or singing at a church. If people would have asked me, Deitrick, what are your aspirations outside of just singing your song? And I would have told them, I'm going to make movies one day. I'm going to do television. There's always been my aspiration. And I set out to do it, and got it done.
Who was the first film that you did?
I did a film called Blessed and Cursed, I have featured Mali Music, Kiara Sheard, who else? Cheryl Lee Ralph was in it. Everybody was in it. Everybody, Dr. Bobby Jones, Lowell Pye, Jessica Reedy. A lot of the artists at the beginning of their careers, they were part of that film. So I'm proud of that film. And I shot it, Blessed and Cursed 2, and it's going to be released this summer.
Well, I think I'm going to, ask you one more question, hot question, because you're going to have to come back when we find this.
Yeah, we can do it anytime.
We're driving over. But so I want to ask one more question, though. I heard through the grapevine, now is this true? Preachers of LA is coming back.
Ooh, it just may be. You heard right. We're working on something.
Maybe.
It just may be coming back. I don't. Preachers don't like to be persecuted and talked about. So the first time we did it, it kind of ran everybody away. You know what I'm saying? Because they realized, we got
controversial now.
Yes, it was. But they realized, we got to have our churches when this show is over. We still got to have people going to our churches. And we didn't know it was going to be so big. I mean, that show became super big, and we didn't realize that. So it's been hard trying to get the guys to come back together because of that. But now everybody's talking about it, and everybody's cool with coming up with something. So we're working on something.
Wow. Okay, so we're gonna see that again. What I'd like to do now, just because the sound has been a little cuckoo, so we gotta get back. But we want to play the song. Let me know when we play it, if you can hear it or if it's breaking up, okay? The song.
Okay.
Sick World by a trap producer.
Zaytoven.
Zaytoven, yeah. I heard he was born in Germany. That's kind of crazy.
He was, because they were, I guess his father was in the military.
Wow.
And they would travel a lot.
We're going to put on this. So she's not quite ready, so we'll still chat. We'll keep chatting. So your mom, how's your mom doing? Doing good?
My mother's doing well. Keep praying for her. She's dealing with heart issues. She had heart surgery and had coded twice on the table, but by God's grace, she's still here.
Oh, Lord, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, but she's doing well. She's doing well now. She's smiling and laughing like it never happened. So God is faithful.
Please tell her we said hello. And then you got babies now, and man, how many children you got? When you decided to have children, you got busy for real.
I kicked them out back to back to back. Come on, 3-peat. I did a 3-peat. I got Destin, Denver, and little Deitrick. When we all get together, I'm going to bring them out. We all go to the park. I want y'all to meet them. There's some great, bright kids. Denver came up to me and said, Daddy, I want to be this famous singer. She said, I want to be a famous singer. I said, oh, Lord, here we go. Here we go with this. Lord Jesus.
And are you teaching them at home? Are you teaching them classes at home since they can't go to school? Or are they going to school?
Oh, my kids are in school. They're at school.
Oh, okay.
We haven't had any issues, any cases with the school there. If I hear about one case, they're out of there. But they've been in there all season. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our grandkids, our grandkids. One of my oldest grandkid, we call him Little Hayward. He caught COVID, because the teachers and stuff like that, and so they have to shut the school down. He's fine. The family, his mother and father are fine, and that's a good thing. But it's really a scary situation. So I'm just wanting to know, how you guys dealing with COVID.
We're so far so good. We hadn't had any cases. Like I said, if we hear something, we're gonna snatch them out of that school really fast. But we tell our kids to keep their mask on and keep their distance. So that's what they do. A lot of the kids don't do it there at the school they're at. But our kids, when they're on the playground, wherever they are, they're keeping their distance, keeping their mask on, and so far so good.
Oh, praise God.
I wonder what kind of people is going to make them, though. Sometimes, like with my grandson, I just want to hug them and hold them, but I can't right now. I'm wondering
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Not well. We're gonna have to do this over in a few months.
This is
Okay.
the way. It's never like this.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll do it again. I'm always here. Y'all know we family. I'm always here.
Amen. Yeah, because
just let me know when.
Me and I, we had our first vaccine shot, and we're due for next week for the second.
Are you gonna take the vaccine, Deitrick?
Y'all took that vaccine, and y'all looking good and doing fine. Everybody's concerned that if you take the vaccine, you may turn into something, But you guys are doing well, so I guess I may just take the vaccine now.
Yeah, it was hard for us, but we finally decided because we're older. Yeah, it took me a few minutes. Then with my 93-year-old dad and everything, I decided, and my mom is 80ish.
Yeah, we got to make sure they got vaccinated.
So
right,
we went
right.
and did it. So you'll see if we grow tails or something.
Don't grow no tails.
I don't know.
Tell them if he. Hey, DJ, we're gonna try to play this amazing song. Let us know if you can't hear it. If not, maybe we can start over because this song is too fire. So
yeah.
Say tell them.
Yeah. Oh. We're living in a sick world. I know you heard me, and we can't stand alone, nobody else. I'm glad we got 2020 up out the way. I'm praying the future will bring us better days. And it ain't hard to say goodbye to yesterday, cause we lost too many soldiers along the way. We lost Chadwick, the king of Wakanda, Bobby and Gigi, ooh, we lost a mamba. And we lost family, a child lost a mama. It feel like the whole world is going up yonder. But I know you're watching us from up there. Let your people know you still care. Send your love now to clear the air. Oh, please, Lord, clear the air. Living in a sick world, but I'm praying you are well. We can't stand to lose nobody else. Can't stand to lose nobody. Living in a sick world, asking heaven for a little help. We can't stand to lose nobody else. Can't stand to lose nobody else. We can't stand it. We can't stand it. We can't stand it. We got kids killing each other in Chicago. Detroit just ain't the same no more. And it ain't getting better on the West Coast. Tell me why we're treating each other so cold. People would rather put faith in a vaccine than wearing a mask, keeping their hands clean. And this will all go down in history. The thousands have died cause we cannot agree. Living in a sick world, but I'm praying you are well. We can't stand to lose nobody else. Can't stand to lose nobody. Living in a sick world, asking heaven for a little help. We can't stand to lose nobody else. Can't stand to lose nobody else. Everybody say amen. We can't stand to lose nobody else. Hallelujah, say amen. We can't stand to lose nobody else. Living in a sick world, Lord. Can't stand to lose nobody. Living in a sick world.
It was choppy, but I can still do it.
Well, you know what, you guys, I saw it on YouTube. You got to see the video. And the world. Yeah, Sick World, featuring Zaytoven. Is that how you say his name? I'm not sure.
Me and Zaytoven. That's it, Zaytoven.
What?
We're gonna have to do something special just to promote.
Yeah, we're gonna put it on our site. We're gonna put it on our story and everything, so you can really we can get permission with all that music in there. Do you know, Deitrick?
Yeah, I think it'll work. Yes, I don't think it'll be any problem. But yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Love y'all.
We love you too, and we want to say goodbye, everybody. We're gonna do this again. You know, sometimes IG Live works, and sometimes it doesn't. But thank you so much, everybody, and we will see you next week. Be sure to support Deitrick Haddon and his song.
Hello, what's
thank
up?
you so much for watching Carfitable
Yes,
Talks.
thank you.
Please remember to press that like button, and we need you to subscribe. And also,
Leave some comments. Really need to hear from you.
thank you.